Well, I'm very proud of our group. We took a big punch early. They came out firing. I don't know if we were completely awake, and out of that timeout, we were very awake. And we did a great job offensively. Like we had 80 the other night. We got to get up to 85 and 90. We have ability to score like that. And our offense was beautiful, really, the whole game. And then our zone defense, the last 10 minutes, really helped us.
All right, we'll start off with Tom Noy.
Mike, what does it mean for this group to do what it just did, being down 15? Like it was almost like a carbon copy of the first game where you're fighting out of a hole so early, and then you come back and do what you just did.
I give them a lot of credit. I think we've learned to fight a lot more since December, and we got in there, and I thought we defended the last 10 minutes of the half. We defended better, to go in at halftime and feel like, okay, we're in this thing. And then, certainly offensively, we had some possessions where, those 7 guys really know how to play off of each other offensively. It's really fun to watch them.
You wanted to start Cormac and maybe get him jump-started, but did you think you jump-start him in this manner?
Well, I didn't know it'd be like that, but he was fabulous, and he was due, and I thought Trey reacted well, because I thought came off maybe a little edge to him, but Cormac was fabulous, and it's just a matter of time with him as he's getting more and more comfortable playing for us.
Last time you were in that building, that was the most lopsided loss you've had in your career. I know it's not about you, but what does it mean just for you to walk out of that building with a win after what you went through 3 nights ago?
No, to bounce back, it tells you really what our group is all about. That was just, heartbreaking the other night. And then you go on the road and you're hanging in there, and it kind of tells you, I'm really, really proud of how we bounced back. And the one thing I told them on Sunday, I may have said this Friday when you asked me, I said, forget the league record or resume or whatever the hell that means. You would have a chance to be a basketball team at Notre Dame that won at Kentucky and won at Duke. That ain't ever happened before, and I'll bet you it won't happen again, certainly while I'm alive. And so it was a little bit of, maybe a scalp to say, God, we won in, 2 arenas, that 2 blue blood arenas. But no, I think I said to Jack Nolan, I said, we've been on life support, at least 4 times, right, this season. And then every time you're just about ready to last rites, we come off the mat. I'm very proud of the group. So, we're home for a little bit now when we get back.
Thanks, Mike.
I will go to Tim Priester.
You hear me, Mike?
I do. Yes, Tim.
Sorry. What did you said when you got to the first time out, when they scored 20 points in the first 6 minutes, that you didn't think your team was quite in the flow? What did you say to them during that break to get them in the flow? And speaking of flow, I mean, offensively, that's about as good as it gets, right?
And that's a clinic offensively. I marvel at what we do on the offensive end and how we play together, and how we don't run any plays. We play basketball the right way, and we know each other. I think I just tried to wake them up a little bit. And, our group, when I've challenged them, they have always responded like men. And we needed a little bit of a wake up. And from then on, we were really, really good.
We'll go to Patrick Engel.
Mike, what did you like about that zone there in the last 10 minutes that allowed you guys to get some more stops down the stretch?
Well, they are a drive at your throat group with their athletic ability, and it bothered us, in the first half and maybe early in the second half. But the one thing the zone did was, it jammed it up a little bit more, and it made them a little more apprehensive to drive it because we had some traffic. And Jawan did a great job. When we play big with Nate and Jawan and play zone, we're pretty good on that back line. Cormac really rebounds like a son of a gun on that back line. And our guards are really good up top, but it changed their downhill, drive at your throat after 2 passes kind of rhythm. And that helped us because then they shot some jump shots and that's not really what they wanted to do.
Go to Tim O'Malley.
Coach, as good as Cormac was in those first 22 minutes, it was almost his ability to just play basketball and get out of the way for how well the offense was doing the second half that allowed you guys to pull away and win that game. He did not go out and do heat checks after, I guess, maybe one heat check three.
Well, that's great maturity on the house. And I think those 7 guys are mature enough to know if something is going good and it's not necessarily me putting it in the hole, I'm just going to keep playing that way. I thought he was fabulous picking his spots. He kept us in the game. We were dead in the water in the first half. And then in the second half, some other guys got going, some other things were happening, and he just played basketball. But the one thing he's always done, he goes back and defends and rebounds. And it really helps us when he is on the court defensively.
John Bryce.
Mike, you said Saturday night there will be no rah-rah speeches, no BS. So when you see the guys respond in this manner, what does it do for you and what can it do for them?
Yeah, again, we've got an older group and they're very mature and they're very hard on themselves when they don't perform. And, coach doesn't need to mess with them. They have high standards for themselves. And, we were all stinging for a long time, probably until practice on Monday. We were stinging, which was great, which was awesome. That's a good thing. And I felt we would play really well today. When it started, I'm like, God, I didn't expect this. But to our credit, we came out of a little bit of a funk the first 4 minutes and competed our backsides off.
Pete Byrne.
Hey, Mike, you said earlier, you kind of joked that you guys have been on life support a few times, but aside from this past weekend, what you've done over the past 5 games has actually been really solid. Do you feel like you guys are in a position looking ahead to maybe make a run and get something good out of this season?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, what is that, 5 out of 7? Is that what we've won? 5 out of 7. And one of the things I did with them last night, I put some clips together of our last 3 games, and we were 2-1. We didn't go 3-0, and it was good offense and defense from the last 3 games. Because I think now the last 4 games, we have kind of played really at a different level, a better level. And the title of it was "Stay the Course." Just stay the course. I know we didn't get the other night, but I think we're playing pretty darn well. Let's not panic. Let's be ready to compete again. And we've got a great opportunity.
Patrick Engel.
Like, it kind of built up to today for Cormac, but just looking at today in recent weeks, what's clicked for him and been different since the start of the season?
I think just experience, game minutes, playing long minutes, and being healthy, then, available to play them. And then, learning how to play with really other unselfish, great players. It's, our unselfishness is really neat to see how contagious it is. You can't, as a coach, I mean, you can coach that a little bit. That's going to be a little bit innate and come from a group that takes ownership of itself. And, he was voted a captain. I think that's pretty damn powerful right there. And how his teammates felt about him. And, it's only a matter of time with him. He's just too good a player. And I think he's in a really good rhythm, as I thought he and Trey were both really in a great rhythm tonight.
Final question. We'll go to Tim O'Malley.
Mike, with about 5 minutes left, I see, when you look back at it, jumper by Prentice Hub, assist by Prentice Hub, assist by Prentice Hub, assist by Prentice Hub, and of course a 28-footer by Prentice Hub. I think he wasn't the story until he needed to be in the last 6 minutes tonight.
Well, we've seen that story before, and I think what he's done, he's learned to manage the game and use his weapons around him, but nobody can close out like him. He's a fearless guy. He's a big time winner. And he has in the past, and certainly did this afternoon. He wants to make the big decisions and the big plays. He's unafraid of the bright lights. And that's why I love coaching him, and teammates love playing with him. But he sensed it a little bit like the end of the Kentucky game. He sensed it and kind of went for the juggler. And then that's a little bit of an assassin that he is.